Hey y'all, it's your girl Chanel, and I'm back with the tail, honey. Alright, look, let me tell you something. Okay, I got my shades on. Ain't that cute on period? Because it's too much light right now in my eyeballs. Okay? And sometimes my eyes get sensitive to light. Sometimes they don't. But today they sensitive. So don't come up here and question me. Thompson, why she got them cute shades on? Because I do. Look at them. Shein. And I ain't ordered from Shein no more. Excuse me. They're cute though. Anyways. Yeah. Today I'm going to give y'all a video on what it's like in my experience to be a blind entrepreneur. Okay. Yeah. So before I get started, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I got a little something to say before I get into my video, okay? Because being an entrepreneur, period, is hard. Sighted, not sighted, man, woman, is difficult, okay? It's not easy, but if you really put your mind to it, you can do it, okay? That's that. And there are times where I want to quit, but I don't, because I just really think like I've started this, and if I just sit here and quit, I will look back like in the future like, man, I should never quit, because it's something that I really want to do. So I'm gonna keep going. So if you really want to do it and you really have a passion for it, like strong passion, just do it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be those days where you be like, I don't want to do it. I want to give it all up. I'm tired of it. But trust me, keep going. It's gonna be hard. But what comes easy? Wait, hold on. What they say? What comes easy? No, that's not what they say. What lasts long won't come easy. Okay, that's what they say. And that's on period. Don't put. All right, so let's get started to the reasons on why I started, and what is I? The challenges I face. Okay, so let me see. Little background is I started my business in 2020. COVID year, when everybody was in homed. They couldn't go outside, and everybody was starting that business waves. I hopped on it, and I'm glad I did. It's 5 years now for my business. Okay, 5 years. What was it? June? I don't remember the exact day I started, but it was June, July. I started, so June. I say June. So 5 years now. I've been having my business, and it's my little baby. Okay, like I treat it like my baby. Period. I got a 5-year-old baby. But yeah, I started COVID wave 2020, and I'm glad I did. Okay, period. Next, let's see. So, my skin, I have dry, sensitive, and eczema on my skin. If y'all see my previous videos, y'all would know. But I was using, I think it was hydrocortisone. I don't know how to properly say that, but it's the cream that the doctor was giving me for my eczema. And I wanted to stop using it because it was making my skin like scar, and like it had me some scar tissues on my elbow. Y'all can't I'll show it in the video. But on my inner elbows, it's like scar tissues, and I have scars too on my inner elbows, but that's mainly where my eczema was. And I was putting on there daily, twice a day, and over time it just made my skin very thin, scar tissues, and I was like, I wanted to use, I wanted to stop using that. That's basically what it was, because it was making my skin do all that. Like, what? Yeah. And basically I wanted to switch to something, more natural. So I started off with what started? Oh yeah, with body butter. That's my first product. So let me tell y'all, it was bad. My first product was shea butter, body butter. I used shea, of course. That was my main product. I had what I did, coconut oil, shea butter, coconut oil, and beeswax. That was my mixture. Okay, now if y'all know, when shea butter is solid, cold, it gets, firm. Same thing for coconut oil. And beeswax just makes it more harder. Okay, it just firms it right up. So basically, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I know what I wanted to do, but I didn't know the measurements. I didn't know oils. I didn't do a lot of research. I just got on YouTube and I'm like, how to make body butter, and they gave me the little simple ways. Use oil, butter, beeswax. So I did that, and it was bad. Okay, it was like a solid as a rock, because when coconut oil is firm, when it's cold, it gets firm. So I'm like, it was like, coming up rock hard. It was terrible. Okay, it was so bad. And another thing that I did was candles. Okay, never again. I'm never making candles ever in my life. But it's really difficult, because you have to have the wax at a certain temp, and I didn't have the thermometer, and I really forgot like what's the temperature, melting point. But and with that, like the fragrances, like, yo, the essential oils, you have to have a certain fragrance to put in candles, because it's like it does not smell like nothing at all. I did my candles, trying to sell them. Did the little trial and error. I made a candle, okay. And I burnt it, but it just didn't burn right. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the candles. And I made lip balm, my very first lip balm. I didn't like that either. That's when I knew that I didn't like glitter, because I didn't like it. No. But without the glitter, it was actually okay. I wouldn't say like it was the best, because I didn't know what I was doing, of course, but it was actually okay. I really don't know where all those lip balms went, but nah. If, like right now, if I were to sell those, it would be like $1, literally, because that's how bad it was. Okay, anyways. Okay, so a struggle, one of my struggles. When I first started, I had problems with formulating, measurements. And I still struggle with that right now to this day. Like, just recently corrected my oil, like for my body oil that I made. Hold on, because I made body oil. Hold on, let me show y'all. Look at this. Let me take one out. Because what? I make that body oil. Stop. Wait, I think this is a scented one. Hold on. This is a scented one? I smell like that. This is... Look. I ain't got time. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I think that was a scented one. Child. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so these are scented ones. Anyways, this is vanilla, okay? I make body oil. Let me put it in the camera, because what? Y'all need to see this. Look. Pull it back. Period. This is a 2-ounce bottle, and it's a lot of oil in here. Like, look at this. Hello. Like, I can really spray this on my body, and I don't use that much. Like, one bottle can last up to a month, depending on, how often you use it. But, so I think this is my unscented one. I have, like, unscented. I sell lavender, mango, strawberry, vanilla, and they be good. They be busting. They be bust. They be busting. But yeah, I struggle. Well, still, formulating. Trying to figure out how much to put in each thing. If it's gonna be good, and that's what I'm gonna struggle with when I make my body butter, because I'm switching up the formula, and I'm like, I know how to do it, but it's like, dang. And with my lip balm as well. So I have, trial and error. That's really what I go through a lot. But I'm gonna do it. That's it ain't nothing. But yeah, that's one of my struggles, formulating the first time. And I really don't go on YouTube anymore because I know what I'm doing now. So I'm like, let me just whip something together, child. I ain't got time. Oh, okay. Another one of my struggles. Figuring out what will work for different skin types. Okay, so one of my my first formula, body oil. Oh no, body butter. So I'm making a shea butter based body butter, and some people didn't like that the shea butter was so heavy, so oily. But I needed the heavier butters, but a lot of people didn't like that. So I'm like, man, like, what could I do so everybody could enjoy the products and I don't have much complaints on like, this is too oily, this is too heavy, so that's another thing, like figuring out what could work for everybody, and I've decided my oil is really nice. It's very moisturizing, but it's more of a dry oil because a lot of people don't really like the oily oils, if that makes sense. So like, it's more of a dry oil you put on your skin, and it dissolves into the skin a little quicker than my other formulations. So that's what I really love about it. Okay. Look, I be know what I be doing. Stop playing. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me stop. Okay, so another one of my struggles. Okay, so like I said before, I put essential oils in my body oils, and I will do it in my body butters. I put flavors in my lip gloss, and I will put it in my lip balm. So, okay, so I make natural products, okay? Now, the difference, okay? What I use? Okay, carrier oils, okay? That's the base oils. Oh my gosh, I can't think right now. Oh my gosh, why I can't think? Unrefined, okay? Unrefined and refined oils. I use unrefined oils. Now that means the oils are at its purest form, okay? That means the castor oil is very strong scented because it's pure, okay? Now, unrefined is pure. Refined oils, that means they strip the natural scent from the castor oil, and it has no scent. So I mean, they add chemicals to the refined oils. I am a natural-based company, okay? Natural-based products, so they mean my products are natural, at its natural form, unrefined. So when people say, I don't smell the scent in the body oil, body butter, lip gloss, lip balm, it's like, okay, I get that, but at the same time, I am a natural-based company. Natural oil, natural product. I use unrefined products, not refined products. So, excuse me if you don't smell the scent. Yeah. I just went off. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, y'all. That come off a little aggressive, but look, unrefined oils, butters is what I use. I don't use refined because they add chemicals, and that just makes the scent come out more stronger. But I don't do that. Okay, I'm unrefined. I'm natural. So please, thank you. Please and thank you. I need to stop. Okay, so another challenge that I have is filling up my jars, bottles, and tubes. Okay, I can't see, and with gloves on, I cannot feel when I'm measuring. Let's see, I'm measuring. I did it before. It was terrible. I was measuring my castor oil, and it was in like a half-gallon bottle, like the big jug, pouring it, and I can't really feel like when the oil is at the top, because when you have gloves on, you cannot feel it at all. Like my brother even said, like, no, I see why you struggle with this, because even I can't feel when the oil is at the top of the measuring cup. So I'm like, yeah, yeah. So that's another thing. Yeah, measuring the oils is a challenge. Oh my gosh, it's such a challenge. So I need eyeballs for that. Like literally, I ask my family members to assist me, because I can't, like, if I can do something, I will definitely do it. But things like that, I really can't. Like, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. No. I tried a lot of times, and I just can't. So yeah, I know what I can and can't do. Okay, period. Okay, but back to what I was saying. Filling up the bottles and jars and tubes, it just, like, come on now. I can't do it. And I literally bought syringes that I thought was going to, like, help me like fill it up better, because I have like 10mm lip gloss tubes, and I bought a 10mm syringe. You have to fill that syringe up like full time, and then fill it up again, but it's like halfway. So like, how can I do that, honestly? That's one of my struggles. Like, same with the lip balm, same with the lip gloss, same with the everything. Like yo. But I did, like, yesterday, because I made a whole bunch of body oils. I have a 20mm syringe that I could, like, fill up twice, and it fills up my body oil bottle. So that worked. I figured it out yesterday, and it fills up exactly where I need it to be. But like, once you get to the bottom of the bowl, like, getting the oil out of there, look, my patience is thin. Okay, very thin. Okay, another challenge is getting people to purchase your products. Okay, it's just selling your business, selling yourself, trying to get that notoriety, trying to prove that your products is great. It's challenging, very, very challenging. Like, oh my gosh, body oil, like, especially me, I'm in the cosmetic field. It's a lot of, it's challenging, you know. But you know, I have my supporters, okay, and I thank y'all. Thank you. And because I got a whole bag of lip gloss too. It's just a bunch of this is my fall collection. I gotta make some more, but yeah, my fall collection is complete. I just have to get labels and, you know, label and all that good stuff. But yeah, what I was talking about? Oh yeah, basically I purchased some. You know, I do give free samples, and you know, I tell people, like, you ashy, here, put this on your skin. That's what I do. Like, I don't like, here, you get this much and that's it. No. You get as much as you need so you can, you know, purchase my product. Okay. But yes, I have really good products. I'm not gonna say, oh my gosh, it's the best, it's this, but it's honestly really, really good. Like, seriously. I'm not just hyping it up because, you know, it's my business. It's what I do. It's what I want to do. But it's really good. Like, seriously. Really good. But yeah, go ahead and purchase my stuff. It's $10 for body oil and $7 for lip gloss. Okay. And I do have what is it? A 15 millimeter syringe for, I mean, did I just say that? 15 millimeter lip gloss too for $12, but you know, those are gonna have glitter in it. So yeah. My shimmer, not glitter. Excuse me. Excuse moi. Shimmer. Okay, another challenge. Finding places to sell my products. Okay. Oh my gosh. Difficult. Very difficult. Okay. The events. What are they called? Pop-up shops. Some pop-up shops are scams. Like and I'd be scared because I have got scammed before. So I'd be like kind of iffy, like fishy, like is this real? Is this legit? Blah 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 blah. But a lot of them are, okay? A lot of them are legit. But sometimes I'd be like, a little scared. But just finding places to sell your products, especially like when you're first starting, you're trying to go to like some cheap places, like because some places charge for tables like $25, $50 or more, literally. But I've been trying to go to some pop-up shops where they're free, and they're not many, but I found a few, little handful, here and there. But that's one of my challenges. It's like, finding places where it's free to attend or cheap to attend, and the traffic is like, everything tied up in a bow, okay? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I just really try to, take my product with me when I go places and give out samples. And like, just wherever I go, I'll be like, yeah, do you like body butter, body oil, lip gloss, blah, blah, blah. You want a sample? That's how I do it, because I do go a lot of places. So, yeah, I just, do that. But, yeah, finding places is difficult. Very difficult. Oh, my gosh. Very difficult. Another challenge. Finding motivation when you don't see results. Oh, my gosh. Y'all. There's so many times where I want to give up because I wasn't making no sales. For a whole year. Say, what was it? 23. Let's say 23. 2023. The entire year, I probably had like 2 or 3 sales. Maybe a little, like 5. Let's say 5 sales. 5 sales throughout the entire year. I want to give up because I'm like, yo, I'm not making money. I'm spending all this money, not making it. Like, what am I going to do? I'm trying to invest in my business, but I'm not seeing no results. I want to give up. But I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. And I'm glad I had those people in my corner. My mom. Sorry, y'all. I had my... Oh. I need to find that top. Anyways, I had my mom in my corner and my sister. But, I'm glad I had those. Had them in my corner. Let me get in the camera. I'm filming my video. Goodness. Okay. Okay. Another one is pressure with having a website. Okay. Everybody was saying, do you have a website? Do you have a website? And I say, no, they don't order. So discouraging, literally. But I say, and I do get it when my mom say, you should, get your sales up before you get a website. And I get it, but I'm like, people are looking for a website. They're looking to see if you have a website. It's like legit. Like, I don't know. It just has like a better look for you. Like, you have a website, I can order from your website. I'm not like, call me on Messenger, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, just a pressure on people saying, do you have a website? And I don't, like, and they don't order. I'm like, whatever. Okay, another challenge is finding people to help when they have a life. Okay, people work, people go to school, people do this, that. I have to work with people's schedules. And it's a little difficult, but not really. I just have to like plan, you know, let people know, like, could you help me? Let's say it's Saturday. Could you help me on Thursday if you off? You know, stuff like that. But it could get challenging at times because, you know, people have lives. People, you know, they work and they want to relax. You know, they got to catch up on, you know, going places, stuff like that. But it's just, you know, work around it. You know, I get help and I'm grateful. But, you know, sometimes it's challenging to find it. But, you know, it's okay. I got it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Okay? Having a strong system to push you. Just like I touched on before. When you want to give up, when you don't see no results, you want to just throw it all away, put it in trash, wave the white flag. But, you know, just having that strong system behind you to keep pushing you really helps. And that's what kept me going. And that's what's going to keep me going. Because, you know, I'm gaining a wider, I can't even talk. I'm gaining more people to push me. Like, people believe in me. You know, I love that. They were like, you shouldn't even work. You should just focus on selling your product because it's really good. You don't 9 to 5. Just focus on your business. I love that. I love it. Not giving up. What did I say? Not giving up was something doesn't go well when you first try it. That's just like me. Like when I first started making my body oil, it was too thick and I didn't have the right fragrance in there. You know, I put what did I put? I put something that was bad. It didn't mix well. You know, it was water in there, so oil and water don't mix. But yeah, it was a bad mix. I can admit, you know, but I just kept going because I know that I could get this right and I will get it right. So I just, just not giving up when that went wrong. So I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I corrected and kept trying, and it's good now. It's very, very good. I love it. Love it now. And yeah, that's really it, y'all. Being a blind entrepreneur is a struggle, but possible, okay? And if you really want to start a business, I say do it. Okay, just have a strong support system and stay, you have those days where you're unmotivated, but, try to stay motivated, and take breaks. Don't feel stressed out because, it's like overwhelming. Just take a break. Start off small if it's involving money, and just don't give up. Okay, don't give up. Thanks. That's my spiel, and I'm sticking to it. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all next Friday.